Is Carmen, and today we have a reading for you about somebody that has some chemistry with another person but doesn't really know whether or not they should pursue this connection or just kind of smile when they think about this person and keep it moving. But we have the flirt card and very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. I feel like this reading is for someone who has a crush and isn't 100% sold on the idea of confessing this crush. But if they don't act quickly, then they lose out on their opportunity. In other words, that potential yes turns into a no, perhaps because there's competition showing up. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. And I hope you're enjoying your day or your weekend. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box for you, as is more information on how to become a member. Thank you to the current members. We're going to start with the Tarot of the Cat people. What else do we have about this crush? The Hermit, the Ten of Swords, and the Nine of Swords in the reverse. Okay. So we have someone who is generally a little bit of perhaps a loner or quite happy to do things on their own. This could be someone who has dealt with some endings that have been a little bit difficult recently or over the last couple of years. And with the Nine of Swords, it's looking like you have provided some sort of emotional support or made things easier for them to tolerate. So you've been like the sunshine on a cold day, right? Hello, Gus. How are you doing? What else do we have? Three of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. It's a lot of earth energy already in this reading. Just have earth and air, actually. This could be somebody that you met through a friend. This could be somebody that you met at work. But it feels like you've only just kind of gotten to know this person. You're not necessarily like no contact. It's more looking like a low contact situation. Maybe it's difficult to find a reason to contact you. We have the Six of Wands, but we have confidence coming through. Someone who's thinking, you know, if I were to say something, maybe there's a decent chance that I would get a yes, that there would be some returned interest, you know? Hello, is it Sagar? Cigar? You tell me. Hello, Adi or Adi, how are you doing? Hello, I do not exist. What's up? I really hope you don't. Hello, Antonio. How is your day going? Hello, Mohan. We have the World. I feel this is someone who has spent a lot of time traveling or someone who has spent a lot of time online. I get that this is someone who's intellectual or educated. At the very least, they're very curious. They may teach themselves certain things or always be looking for like another hobby to get into. Temperance in the reverse. And it's been difficult for them to find a love interest that would be kind of like on that same level. Which is kind of like a nice way of saying they needed to find a partner that would have that same level of curiosity. Otherwise, they found themselves growing bored of companionship that didn't have that thirst for knowledge. But we have with the Three of Cups and the Star, someone who has captured their attention, captivated them, and this doesn't happen very often for the Hermit. So it's the Hermit who is interested in the star, but the Hermit may have been kind of keeping this to themselves. Hello, KGS. How are you doing? Hello, Top. I do personal questions at about 30 minutes in with priority to those who tip or donate. If Super Chat is acting weird, I have also had folks donate memberships, and I'll read for you in that situation as well. Hello, Psyche. Hello, Mr. Bean. What's up? Hello, Saving Ryan. I hope you're having a good day. Two of Pentacles. Oh, sorry. Knight of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, and the Three of Wands. I do think we have like a crush that's been kept secret for a pretty decent amount of time. And part of the reason that this was kept secret was because there was someone else in the picture. It's like, I'm waiting for you to decide, is this other person gonna like capture your attention? Are you gonna be pursuing this person or wanting to be pursued by this person? It's like, I kind of hold my breath and wait to see how you respond to somebody else asking for your number, that kind of thing. But I do feel like it's not an obstacle. So whatever this other option is, this other person, it doesn't seem to sway the star. So the Hermit feels like they still have a chance with the star. This is the Rider-Waite or the Waite-Smith. Four of Swords, Knight of Cups in the reverse, Page of Pentacles. This Hermit has felt like butterflies in their stomach, or that like excitement that they haven't felt in a really long time. After maybe having a bit of a reputation for being moody or difficult or not super compassionate or expressive. So I do feel like there are people who are noticing a change in this person's mood or just like general demeanor, right? Hello, San, how are you doing? Hey, 369, please do not spam the live chat, and please do not put your personal information in there. Hello, Failure, how are you doing? Hello, Natish, how are you? Hello, Viral. Thank you, Lily. I appreciate that. Hello, Cherry. How's your weekend going? Thank you, everyone, for liking and subscribing. Knight of Swords in the reverse. That's the kind of impulsive energy that's coming through. Like, okay, now that I've seen that you're not interested in someone else, I might actually have to express my interest in you. Because if I don't take my opportunity, I may not get another one. There may be somebody else who tries to pursue you, or something else could get in the way. So the Hermit is also this King of Cups, someone who has a crush, who has been waiting for the right moment before they extend that offer or ask someone out or confess that they have that crush. Hello, Noten. How you doing? Hello, Mina. Hello, 2979. Is it McCall or Michael? You gotta let me know. Lily, this is about somebody who's finally confessing their crush or being encouraged to, because we have the flirt card at the very beginning and very soon, which is advising someone to decide, are you gonna go for it or not? Because this is the window of opportunity. The stars are aligning and they can, you know, go for it, but it doesn't seem to be a very long window or big window of opportunity. Hey, Dana, how are you doing? Three of Pentacles, the Lovers, and the Star. Yeah, I feel this is someone who's been introduced either in a business setting or through friends. I don't get that this is like dating app. I mean, it could be like you both were on the same website that does not have dating as its main focus. But I do feel like this feels to the hermit kind of faded because they don't go out and try to meet a lot of people. But they have found a lot in common with this individual. Sorry, I have to gotta cover up. And this star keeps coming out. We could have someone with Aquarius in their chart, but I think the star is more so indicating we have a person who has this really like magnetic personality. They could, of course, be very attractive, but I get that it's more so about the fact that their character or their personality draws a lot of attention or draws people in. So there could be a reason for this hermit to expect that there would be other interested parties. Cool. I was kind of hoping it was McCall. Hello, Precious. Hello, is it Jime? I don't know if I'm doing that right. Hello, Anayaka. I don't know if that's what it's supposed to be. I'm sorry if I ruin your names, you guys. Hello, Rach. Hello, Tricky. Hello, Lisa. How's your day going? Queen of Swords in the reverse. This person has a little reputation for being someone who just like says it how it is. They don't put a lot of like icing on it, right? Thank you, Dana. Message from my mom and grandpa. I got that written down. Precious, for the first 30 minutes, it's a general reading, and then I like to start with the personal questions around that 30-minute mark. Sometimes I get a little too into the general reading and it takes until like 35 minutes, but that's the general rule. Hanged Man in the reverse and the King of Wands. Okay, so maybe I've been seen as a little bit stubborn or someone who doesn't really want to go out of their way to pursue something romantic, but this situation seems to be different. We have the hermit being more bold or more communicative and direct in their interest with regards to this star, and it might kind of it's like they're getting a little bit of attention for it because people are like, don't you usually just insult people? Why are you like whistling and in a good mood today? What are you doing today? Why are you so like jubilant? Normally you're irritable. All right, this is the Tarot of the Nile. Hello, Carmen. How are you doing? Hello, Joanne. Hello, Anthony. Hello. I don't know where to end that. Is it Emma? The Hermit is, I would say, the main character of this reading, probably who would be resonating with this reading, but of course it could also be the star. The Hermit is very interested in a romantic relationship with the star. The star could be a little bit more social or popular because there does seem to be a number of interested parties. And the Hermit tends to be a little bit less social and is coming out of their shell because of their interest in this star. Hello, Diaz. How are you? Hello, Victoria. Hello, Shika. I do personal questions at about 30 minutes with priority to those who tip or donate. We've got Knight of Swords in the reverse, Page of Wands in the reverse, and the Four of Pentacles. This is out of character for the Hermit to pursue someone or to, you know, like have this kind of excited energy around them. But they haven't told anyone what their intentions are. So people are still trying to figure it out. This Four of Pentacles is kind of like secretive energy, somebody holding back. They don't have a lot of people in their inner circle or maybe nobody that's local. So I do think we have people trying to guess like what puts that person in a good mood. I've never really seen them acting like that. But it's almost like a little bit superstitious. Like if I tell somebody that I'm interested and I'm going to ask out my crush, then maybe something will go wrong, or maybe they'll tell someone that they shouldn't, right? I have several. I have apple cinnamon, love spell, and black ginger bamboo, which I really like that one. Hello, Jessie. I do personal questions at about 30 minutes. With priority to those who tip. Oh, please don't tell me your birth stuff. Oops. Yeah, I don't want people's personal information out there, okay? It does smell pretty good in here, actually. I probably should have lit this Bartlett pear one. That's the one I think has the best scent. It's called Heat Throw. Hot Throw? Hot Throw. Yeah, but I like it too much, so I'm kind of saving it. Hey, Minnesota Picker, how you doing? Let me know if you want me to pull a few cards for you. Oh, I hope things get better for you, RN. Hello, Alfred. Judgment. I've made the decision. I'm going to tell this person I'm interested in them. But I don't want anyone else to know. We have Temperance and the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. This is someone who's not showing up where they normally do or not working late. So let's say there's a person that you work with who normally works, like they're the first ones there and they're the last ones to leave, or they're always the one who seems to be so wrapped up in their work that they don't really ever follow the normal pattern. Now they're leaving like right at 5 o'clock or whenever they're allowed to leave. They're not moving like a robot anymore. People are noticing that they might be making time for someone or something new in their life. So again, it's like these patterns aren't being followed anymore. So the people who, even though they may not be in this King of Wands inner circle, the people who are around this King of Wands are like, what's going on with you? You're acting different. You're interested in someone. Oh, I love that. I should look into getting some cashmere scent. Let's see. We're gonna go with the Golden Lenormand. Hello, Puma. How are you doing? Hello, Kingdom. Could well be. Hello, Anthro. How's it going? Hola, Leroy. We've got the Woman, which is number 29. Remember, this doesn't have to actually represent someone who is a woman. It could be that feminine energy, which is associated with compassionate or loving, sweet energy, right? Ooh, and then we have the Coffin. I think this is saying there's an ending coming. Like, this could be someone who, if you don't express your emotions to this person, you may not get a chance because while you get to see them all the time now because you're working together, maybe they put in their 2 weeks notice. Or maybe you only work together seasonally and the season's coming to a close. Or someone may only be single for a short time. But I feel like this is saying there's an ending that makes it work out to express interest in this star individual, but it's not gonna stay around forever. It's like a clearance deal, you know? You see some store advertising that they have 50% off because the store is closing. You know you're not going to be able to come back in 2 months and expect that same sale, right? Like, the store is literally closing. Hello, Dennis. How are you doing? Oh, thank you, Lisa. Hello, Taters. How's it going? Technically, this is Lenormand, but close, Rye. Is that your favorite music artist, Joseph? Hello, Mark. How's your day going? And we also have the book. This talks about secrets or wisdom. And I feel like this is someone who is keeping secret that they have changed some of their patterns, or they are deviating from their normal routine because they're working up the courage or have found the courage to confess their crush to the star. Let's see what else we have. This is the Wild Reflections Tarot. You too, Yasona. Oh, I like that question. What's everyone's highlight of the week? Hello, Ty. I do personal questions for a tip or donation that averages usually between $3 and $10 or $5. Otherwise, I do long-form personal readings that start at $40 USD. You can email me in the description box for you, but it's just wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. All right, we've got the Four of Pentacles, Strength, Eight of Wands, and the reverse, Chariot in the reverse. Oh no! I think we have some second guessing going on, or some nerves. Like, I don't know, was I crazy for thinking that I would have the cojones to tell this person that I have a crush on them? Four of Pentacles, again, is that secretive energy, but then we also have the Strength card, which is, I can do this. I don't have to be scared about this, right? But with the Eight of Wands in the reverse, Chariot in the reverse, I feel like we have someone missing their opportunity or hesitating when, even though they've been planning for it, they see the person that they want to talk to and they're like, no, I'm scared again. I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can do this. Hey, Shadak, I'm gonna just put you in a little brief timeout because you're yelling at people. Please don't use all caps like that. Did I not say hello to Carrie? Hello, Carrie. Hello, Cassidy. How are you doing? Thank you for the heart tie. Oh, that's so great. I love that. What else do we have? High Priestess. Are they actually just deciding to keep this secret right when they have their opportunity? Two of Wands in the reverse, Ten of Wands. Oh no. Okay. We have a lot of indecisive energy here, and it looks like there's something that throws this hermit off their track, even though they're like walking up with purpose, like, okay, it's time for me to tell you that I have a crush on you, or it's time for me to like ask you out, or, you know, ask if you're single. But now instead we've got somebody who's like, my plans didn't work out, or, you know, I was supposed to pick up some flowers, or I was going to bring you pizza. I don't know. Something tells them like, it's not going to plan, so I don't think I can do this the way I want to. Queen of Cups in the reverse. That sounds like fun, Leroy. What's up, Grand Heart? The Queen of Cups in the reverse is followed by the Knight of Wands in the reverse. Uh-oh. Okay, so maybe I show up and I have this intention of flirting and finally confessing that I have emotions for you. And then I realize that I've waited just long enough to allow for someone else to approach the star. And the Knight of Wands is in the reverse because whoever is approaching the star is someone who's really only interested from a physical standpoint or feeling attracted to the star as far as their looks, really more of like a surface attraction, right? So it's disappointing for the Hermit because they feel like perhaps a little bit threatened. Maybe they don't feel like they're as attractive as this Queen of Cups in the reverse, the other person who's interested in the star. Perhaps they feel like they're not going to really be able to demonstrate quickly that they have better intentions than this person. I would not call myself that pillow. I would call myself a tarot reader. Hello, Sapna. How you doing? Hello, Shelly. The Hanged Man and the Six of Swords. So now we have this concern that, okay, I guess I have to pull back and see what happens with this other person. And I think to the Hermit's surprise, we have the Star rejecting the only here for a good time individual. The Knight of Wands in the reverse, Queen of Cups in the reverse, who doesn't really have anything emotional to offer, is rejected by the Star. So the Hermit seems to have some hope that returns. Hello, Avine, how are you doing? All right, we have Justice in the reverse, Nine of Pentacles, and the Four of Cups in the reverse. So shockingly, we have a second chance opening up. Okay, so that, you know, flirting with them, but maybe only interested in how they look person gets rejected, and now I have to acknowledge that I still have a chance, even if I've had a little bit of a knock to my confidence, even if I'm kind of like, at least you rejected that person. And I think the Hermit is wise enough to know the reason behind the rejection is likely because there was no serious desire for an emotional connection or getting to know each other more seriously. All right, let's get a few from the Love Oracle. Hello, Flower. How are you doing? Did I say hello to Rick? I think I did. What else? Shocking, turmoil, trouble, and unexpected. Sorry, my nose is itchy. Broken, shattered, heartbroken, and destroyed. And perspective, better off, happiness, and clear head space. So initially our Hermit is frustrated because someone unexpectedly beats them to that opportunity where they share their feelings. Someone else is expressing their interest in the Star. They feel like they've lost their opportunity, but then they realize that this Star individual has some pretty serious standards, right? Because they have a clear understanding of what they're looking for in a partner, they reject this competition. We have influences and cloudy judgment. And it does look like the Knight of Wands, Queen of Cups in the reverse individual is someone who may have felt a little bit emboldened to go after the Star, the person that everyone seems to have a crush on, because someone was advising them to and felt like they knew what the Star really was interested in. So they got some bad advice, you know, like someone like, yeah, go for it, go for it. I'm sure, you know, this person really finds you attractive. But they end up not getting where they wanted to. They end up getting rejected by the Star. So the Hermit is sitting there watching by the sidelines like, okay, I guess I'm gonna have to express myself now, right? Right. Let's see if we get the heart or the letter. Or the ring. I call her feisty. I like that grand heart. Ooh, okay, I like that. So we have the tree. This talks about mental strength, emotional strength. I'm not interested in someone's kind of lame offer because it's clear that they're just looking for a hookup or like a one-night stand. The Star is not that type of person, which is why we have the woman with a shirt. This deck also has a woman without a shirt, I know, you're bummed. And this is indicating that the star, even though it does not need to be a woman, this is someone who's not interested in that like superficial connection. There needs to be something emotional or like meaningful, or I'm not interested, right? Ooh, I hope you get some good rest and feel better, everybody. Or at least get some wine. Hello, Alyssa. How are you doing? Oh, are you, Lucifer? Oh, well, then it's probably best to avoid the wine. Yes, that makes sense. Oh, I hope it moves through the house quickly and does not linger. We have the clouds, which is number 6. And I think this is the fact that the star seems to be someone who has a little bit of an air of mystery, someone who has gone through a lot of change, and people have realized that there's a little bit of unpredictable energy that could be part of what draws people in or has captured this hermit. There's something very unique about the star, and it has to do with the fact that they're comfortable with themselves and they, you know, live life the way they want to. So we've got the birds, and this is the positive bird. So it seems like there's very good communication here. Okay, this is when somebody's finally talking about their crush. Okay, I finally feel like I can take this risk and admit that I have a crush on you, even though somebody else just got rejected by you. It did at least show me that you're not impressed just by physical looks. You want to make sure that there's an actual connection, right? All right, this is the Spanish Tarot. I'll pull a few from this, and then we're going to start with those personal questions. Hello, Crom. How are you doing? All right. What else do we have about this crush? 3 of Pentacles and the 9 of Swords. Yeah, anxiety at the last minute because it looks like there's another contender or some competition. Hello, Abdul. How are you doing? I just love it when y'all are so nice to each other in the live chat. It makes me happy. All right, so we have the 9 of Wands. Right after the 9 of Swords, the number 9 could be something that you see repeating. And then we have the 5 of Wands. Competition and somebody who ends up being the victor because they have the right intentions. Somebody who may have been a little bit patient and waited. Then they make their claim or their confession. They express their intention. And they end up being very pleased with the outcome. I think this is the hermit finding out that the star is interested in getting to know them better. So they rejected someone else. The hermit had to muster up the courage again, but they did. And now it looks like it's a favorable outcome. 5 of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands. So the person who was all about the booty, they're left out in the cold with the 5 of Pentacles. Because this star is not interested in just the, you know, superficial kind of connection. Like, yeah, that's great that you're attractive and everything, or that you're attracted, but there's got to be some other reason to chat or other thing that we connect on. So they end up getting a new offer. Someone else expresses interest after this rejection. And the secret is finally out. This hermit finally says, I've been acting a little different because I really am excited that I met you and I want to get to know you better. I do feel like the confession isn't just, you know, oh, I think you're really attractive, or I haven't been able to stop thinking about you. I feel like it's a more substantial confession of what in particular draws this hermit to the star. I'm really impressed by your ambition, or I love that you're such an avid reader, or you know all about, you know, the discography of my favorite artists. There's something here that they both have a passion for, and it makes it clear to the star that this is an interest that is deeper than just, I think you're attractive, right? There's more than that. There's something to talk about. Hello there, Dorian. How are you doing? Hello, KO. What's up? I'm going to start with the personal questions. We've got Dana with a message from Mom and then a message from Grandpa Frantisek. Let's see what we've got. This is the gold foil tarot, by the way. What is the message from Dana's mom for Dana, please? What is the message for Dana? Knight of Wands. Lovers in the reverse. Two of Pentacles. Three of Cups in the reverse. Eight of Wands. It looks to me like we have somebody who is making progress or taking action on a situation that requires a choice, but there is a lot of indecisive energy here. So this could be you who needs to make a decision, or somebody who's making a decision regarding you. But the issue is this decision is something that would make others upset or frustrated. The Three of Cups is in the reverse because there's a lack of support here. So the Eight of Wands means we have a delay that finally is like we have some action. Okay, maybe I just need to deal with the fact that not everybody is going to be excited about the decision that I've made, and that's okay. I don't need your approval. So be, I guess, more confident if you're the one who needs to make this decision that, you know, you can't always please everyone, right? Otherwise, there's someone in your life that is realizing that it's best just to, you know, make a decision. And what about from Grandpa Frantisek? What message do we have for Dana, please? The Star in the reverse. The Devil in the reverse. The Page of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, and High Priestess. We have an attempt to address some healing. I do feel like this is your grandpa letting you know that you have gone through this, or perhaps Bond. But we have someone letting go of a fear that has blocked healing. A lot of investment or introspection or energy being put into a new chapter or new beginning, some intelligence or a new perspective being gained, and wisdom. So you might feel like you're going through a shift, that you have a better understanding of what's going on, or your intuition seems a lot easier to access, or, you know, your person's going through that. But I really like this High Priestess energy. It feels to me like someone has a sense of relief because they feel like they can understand a little bit more clearly what's been going on, even though it has been pretty cloudy, pretty difficult, right? Oh, I love that. That's so sweet. Thank you for being kind to each other. Oh, you're so welcome, Dana. That's funny, 23. I hope you're having a good day. Looks like Big Mama would like some dating advice. I'm going to tackle that if you don't mind. Do you have any dating advice for Big Mama? Strength in the reverse. Six of Pentacles in the reverse. Five of Swords. So, Big Mama, what I'm seeing is there is a lack of self-control, or perhaps a temptation that is difficult to resist, which is taking care of people, So you may have a habit, or you may, have a type. You draw in people who want to receive more than they give. And you deserve to be in a more equitable, even if it's not like, perfect split or whatever. You deserve someone who is also interested in being generous or compassionate towards you. So it does feel like these are codependent individuals, or people who expect a little bit too much from you regarding finances or emotional connection. So don't be afraid to ask for a little bit more, or maybe it's time to update the self-worth, right? You deserve better. So I do feel like you are indecisive right now regarding a person in your life that you should probably be no contact with. The Ten of Swords tells me this is somebody who has betrayed you or been deceptive towards you, and you've for a while been considering, why do I keep this person in my life, or is it time for me to go no contact? This indecisive energy, though, is shifting, or it will in the very near future. The Hanged Man is somebody who sees things in a new perspective. So I think you turn the switch, or you level up with regards to your love life when you finally boot someone from your social circle, or when you finally block someone who you know does not treat you the way that you deserve to be treated. So remember, you deserve to be respected and loved. You're awesome. You shouldn't have to beg someone, especially in the context of a romantic relationship, to help you to feel that energy every once in a while, right? Like, we all argue here and there, but you should be able to feel that loving energy. Hello, Yuvraj. How are you doing? Hello, Marsha. How's your day going? Oh, feel better, flowers. All right, I think I'm going to leave it there. I love you all. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for liking and subscribing or hyping the video, and I will see you on the next reading. Toodles.